Hey guys, how we doing? So I'm Dan from Trading with Dan, and this is our Bitcoin daily wrap up. So straight over to the charts. So yeah, you can see we had this basically a CME gap fill dump this morning. Pretty much a scammy whip down there. We know how the gap mafia are, how they always close their gaps. So I was pretty, as well, I said in my yesterday evening's video, that I was expecting something like this, so that's why I was switching my bots off. So as you can see, we were in a bullish larger time frame trend, and I didn't want to take the longs because I was suspecting this, which is basically what I said to you guys. I mean, yeah, overnight looked like we had a bit of a dip, so that buy wouldn't have been very good. Well, we'll see what it actually would have been loss wise. Would it have stopped us out? Oh, it would have been close. It would have been very close, because I actually have laddered entries that are laddered over a 1.6. Well, the actual stop is 1.6% that I'm currently using with laddered entries. Obviously my ladder entry isn't at 1.6. That's where the final stop is. So actually that would have wouldn't have stopped me out, and then we would have rallied into the profit, and then the ladders would have taken profit. So that actually would have been a good trade with my bot settings. And then also this one here, I mean, the point it would have bought on the candle would have got us in some profit as well, before obviously whatever was left and wasn't trailing take profit would have taken us out here. But you guys know I wasn't taking these trades. So yeah, also what I didn't do, and I was considering it, was taking this short. By the time I woke up, we were down here. That's 7:45 in the morning. I think I was up about 7, so I'd missed this initial move down. If I'd seen this at first here, I probably would have contemplated taking this short, because we were at a pretty high level. We were knocking around near the 10k. I mean, only $100 off, so I was happy to have a stop above 10k. Looking for basically a scam wick down to 9,300. But yeah, I didn't. We came here. This is where I was looking at. I was looking at these wicks. If anything, I was thinking this looks potentially bullish, like we'll move back up, and then we'll have to just revisit this this gap at some other point. But I was wrong anyway. And yeah, then we did have the dump down, so it's pretty much as to be expected. So obviously, with me expecting downside and looking for down trades, even though we're in a bullish trend because of this, what happened. Our longer time frame Dominator did turn bearish, because it's taken into account this price action. So what I then had to do was ignore. I had to work on the assumption, right, we've closed the gap, it's business as usual, but we're just at a lower level. This is going to mess about with my indicators. So whilst we were in a sell larger time frame, so I should only be looking for shorts, what I did actually do was take the long because I'm still working on the assumption we've closed the gap, so that's done. We're still in it. We would still be in this overall bullish trend if we hadn't have had this gap fill, this move down. So this buy is a potential buy, and also we're artificially lower than we probably would have been because we had to come down here to fill this gap, so we haven't made our way back up yet. So I took this long anyway, and anyway, so they were my reasons for doing it, and it was a profitable trade, so I was pretty pleased with that. Obviously, I mean, the same thing goes for here. I didn't take the sell. I didn't take the sell trade because, like I said, I was only really looking for longs, and then we got the buy trade here, but I decided, just decided against taking the buy trade, in all fairness. It would have been a good trade. Well, I say it would have been. No, it would have got you in here. So you would have basically just been at the market pretty much now. Yeah, you may be offside a tiny bit, but it's negligible. Let's say you got in at the top of this candle, you'd only be like 0.336. I wouldn't have even hit my first ladder to add to the position. But yeah, I decided not to take this. I mean, we're towards the top of this range. We have got obviously the bearish red shadow, and then also we have the top of the bearish box. I thought I had tried my luck today already with this long, even though we are potentially bearish. So we had a profitable trade. I was happy with that trading. Now I'm kind of happy just to let the market decide whether we are going to go bullish again in this time frame, so it's just business as normal for my bots, or whether we are potentially going to make our way lower and legitimately be bearish, at which point then I will then look for shorts. So yeah, that's basically what I'm doing. That's what I've done and what I'm doing with my bots. So just taking that one trade today. Yeah, over to the levels here, because this is important to look at today on a 2-hour time frame. Don't even ask me why. We'll go to 4 hour. So yeah, you can see we were sort of broke our way above here. Look, we were holding above, but we broke back below. Obviously had the scam wick, the CME gap closed, and then yeah, that took us through our other resistance, but we were very quickly brought back up, which I do see as very bullish. And then we had these pretty. This is a bullish candle as well. And then this one, I mean, it is red, but it's got a small range, and we are basically sat right under, consolidating under resistance, under this resistance box that we've had drawn in, and then also incidentally this trend line. But I mean, this is a big, I do keep saying this is the big macro trend line, and exactly where it will be is not necessarily exactly where it should be. So not that it's not where it should be, but there's the scope for maneuver for where this could be. So I'm not really looking at that too much until like I said, until we break like through here or through here, then I'll know that on whichever way you draw it, we're through it. But yeah, yeah, we are basically sat under the resistance. So we are either going to break above this resistance, and then it's all systems go again. I'd expect us to be back testing this box up here. I mean, I've drawn this on. No, sorry, this box was here before, but I actually put the grey in just before I started this video, so I might just extend this over a bit again. No, we don't want the magnet. We want to unlock that. Pull this across a bit. There we go. Lock that again, just for the sake of it. I didn't like the gap, but yeah. So this is looking like basically we can break back above here. I think we're sort of hanging around this level. Trying to work out whether this was legitimate price action, whether we should be taking this dip into account. Like my indicators are taking it into account, saying that was a sign of weakness, but I'm putting that down to a technicality of how the market trades vis-a-vis CME gap fills. So I am expecting us to make our way, basically clear this resistance to get back above 9,800. And then if we do that, then this is definitely looking very bullish, very bullish. Yeah, I mean, I'll be highly, I think it's highly probable then we'll get above this resistance here. We'll pull this along here too. Whilst we're at it, we'll pull this along just so it's nicely there as well. It's just hard getting these lines perfect. Yes, I did it. Right, lock it. Right, so locked it. Yeah. So yeah, so it is a nightmare, you know, if you don't unlock these tools, then you start trying to move your screen around, you start moving lines around all over the place, and then sometimes you don't even realise, then you're like, where's my line gone and why is that there? But anyway, yeah, so this looks bullish. So yeah, I think we'll definitely have the momentum then. I mean, basically, this is the way you got to look at it. You always look at things from a perspective of the opposite of what you think. So I think this looks bullish, and it's not because I'm a moon boy, or I want Bitcoin to go to the moon or anything like that. It's just I'm just looking at the chart pattern. So I think, okay, I look at this and I think it's bullish. It's cup and handle formation. We've got these wicks that are brought back up. We're sitting around resistance. Yeah, it's all bullish to me. Moving averages looking good. Yeah, that's what I see. So yeah, so that aside, and I think, okay, so if I was a bear, if I'm trying to sell this, if I'm shorting this, am I looking at this thinking pretty positive we're going to come down? Am I thinking, where am I short from? Where would my stops be? Where would I think, well, if I'm short, I do not want to be still short above these levels. I need to have my stop around here, and that's only like 9,800, 9,900. So if the bulls kind of know, and they are pushing this market, they are looking pretty strong. The bulls kind of know they only need to push us up another couple of $100. and then we're going to start triggering those stops, which is going to basically just, that's buying in the market, isn't it? So that's then going to push us up higher. They can then put the squeeze on there, break us through this level. There's going to be stops above here as well. Take those stops out, and then ultimately there's going to be there are going to be stops around 10,500 as well. You see where this box goes to. Yeah, so there's going to be stops above here too. There's going to be a lot of stops above this level. Above this level basically, because this will be the new, this will tell us that we're going into a new higher high. And then don't forget, wherever people are choosing to draw this downward trend line, we will clearly be through it here as well. So yeah, expect fireworks, guys. I mean, one thing that I can tell you about Bitcoin, and I've been trading Bitcoin since I think late 2016 to early 2017, the whole year before the very start of the 20k run. So basically, what Bitcoin can just do whatever it wants. I mean, you can't really expect or predict what it's going to do, and anything you think or expect it's going to do, it can just do crazy stuff. I mean, what got me into Bitcoin was I used to buy stuff off the dark web. And and it just turned out I used to buy stuff, and I was thinking, you know what, if I hadn't bought anything off the dark web and just put the money into Bitcoin and left it either in the wallet, in the accounts, or in my wallet, my Coinbase wallet, then like the amount of money I would have made would have been insane. This is like when it went up to like 20k, because I was buying at just ridiculously low prices. Even right before the run up to 20k, it was only 2k the price. At the end of 2017, towards the end of 2017, or was it the mid, whenever it was basically about 2k, because I was putting on my Facebook, this is going to explode, buy this, and then one day it did spike up to like 3,500, 3.5k Bitcoin, and I was like, oh my god, look at this is what I said was going to happen. But like, obviously little did I know it was going to just keep going up and up and up and up. So there you go. So anyway, moral of the story is Bitcoin can do what it wants, and recency bias is definitely just goes out the window in Bitcoin. So yeah, that's what I wanted to show you guys. This is the more simplified version of how I basically trade these things. This is just without the range and stop, so you can see we've got the larger time frame, and then just use the short term frame. So that was the long I took there. That was a short that I didn't take there. That was the long I didn't take there. That was the long I fortunately didn't take there. Oh, I said that. Having said that, again, that was a profitable trade for how I manage my risk management. And then this here was the great trade that we took yesterday. Was it that one? No. Here it was. Yeah, it was the buy just before. So this was the great trade we took yesterday. So yeah, there we go. So yeah, overall, I sort of told you what I think is going on here. Don't know why I showed you that. Yeah, if we look at these oscillators as well, for our Stokes turning back up, MACD looking okay, daily Stokes looking good, MACD looking like it's going to reclaim the exponential. Again, look, this is a high. All that is probably looking a bit not ideal is obviously this daily bearish divergence with this here, with the stochastics, and this level here and this level here, and obviously with the RSI, with this high here and this high here, because what we have not got this on the right level. Yeah, so what we've got is obviously a high here and then a lower high here, and then wait a minute, this is not on the daily, is it? Is it on the 4 hour? Which one is it on? Yeah, sorry, it's on this 4 hour. So we've got this high here, with obviously this stochastic higher, and then we've got this higher high, with a lower high here. So that is a bearish divergence we've got going on there. So that could play out. That maybe you could say that was this was it playing out, and it's done. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that price action. And then yeah, so as far as the bots, I'm gonna leave them off again this evening, just so that I can just kind of see how this range plays out. If we just get back up here, we go back green, that's great. If we stay around here or go lower, then I will obviously, this will stay as a sell, this will stay red, and then I'll just play the shorts, and then pretty much as simple as that, guys. So yes, there you go. So yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Remember, it's not a financial advice, so I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and yeah, and I will speak to you guys tomorrow.